Today, we're going to be talking about some of the larger things to be aware of as you explore salaries. But first of all, let's just start with a joke. Why did the social impact professional bring a piggy bank to work? Because they wanted to see if they could really make change. Here's a couple of macro level things to keep in mind as you're exploring your next opportunity. It is possible to both make a living while working to change the world. The role and the experience matter. As you move up in your career, most organizations tend to pay reasonably well, not always at the mid to senior level. And so, for example, if you're working for a nonprofit, maybe they'll pay you 45 in DC to start. But if you get to mid to senior level, you might be able to make 80, 110, 120. In terms of dollars, of course, not everyone. It could be less or it could be more. But the more experience you have, particularly if that experience and skills are in demand, often the higher salary you can command. The old saying, location, location, location. So obviously, some locations tend to pay much better, such as New York, Geneva, DC, Boston. The challenge with that is often the cost of living is much higher. So you can both leverage location. If you land a job at a medium to large size organization in a, let's say, bigger city, often the salaries might be stronger. But of course, the cost of living could be 20, 30, 40% higher. But also, increasingly with remote work, it's not just about location, it's about location arbitrage. So maybe you're not making a great salary or it's a decent salary, but if you have the freedom to do remote work or most of the remote work, then you might choose to live in a less expensive location. So as Tim Ferriss called podcaster, that's location arbitrage. And it can make a huge difference. Thinking about the different sectors, and the number one piece of advice is often don't just focus on a sector, focus on the area where you might want to have an impact and explore roles and functions in nonprofit, for-profit, and related sectors. Larger organizations can often pay better, not always. Some small organizations pay amazingly well. And the last thing is really how in demand are the particular sectors. So increasingly, tech and data science and AI skills are becoming important in a wide range of social impact sectors. And while you may not make as much as you make in the private sector, you can often make a good living. That's it for Craig and Careers today. Stay tuned for more tips. Let us know your questions and your comments. Please consider subscribing if you're watching this on YouTube and keep working for impact.